Welcome to this episode of Adam Answers. And for this question, we're going to go to a question by Rasha K, who submitted a question through YouTube. And Rasha asks, I want to know more about subsequent sessions. How do those work? I know about follow-up questions regarding what went better and how to address the answer. But then do you go on to another description of the preferred future? And what I would say, this is a great question. This is a question we get asked a lot, is like, what do you do in subsequent sessions? And what I would say about this is really what we're getting at with that question of what's been better is we want to know what change has occurred. Oftentimes, solution-focused brief therapy is described as a future-focused approach. And that's actually not how we describe it. We talk about it as a change-focused approach or a difference-focused approach. And so when we ask the question, what's been better, really what we want to know is what change has occurred. And when people can really answer in one of three ways. They can answer, nothing's been better. In fact, things have gotten worse, right? In that case, what do? Well, we spend a lot of time, in essence, saying, since things have gotten worse, how have you managed to cope? So we want to know, in essence, what skills or qualities are they utilizing that is helping them while things have not gotten better. Another way that you can ask questions about that is, if things haven't gotten better, what are you learning about yourself as you're managing and dealing with this that you couldn't possibly have learned in any other way? This is where they're going to introduce us to skills or qualities that they have that's really helpful and beneficial to them. And then we can say, and if those skills or qualities continued to be of use to you, what would you continue to notice, right? So one possible answer is nothing's been better. And in that instance, we want to say, then the change that we're looking at, or the difference that we're looking at, is how you're coping, how you're managing, what skills you're using, what are you learning? So change is still possible even though things got worse. A second way that they might answer is nothing's better. In fact, it's just the same. Things have stayed the same. If they answer things have stayed the same, one of the things that we really want to get to is, what are you doing to make sure that things are staying the same, right? Many people would come in and say things are getting worse, and you're not one of those people. So how are you holding steady? What are you doing to ensure that despite efforts of people in the context and the environment around you, things aren't getting worse? Many people would get tired or worn down by holding on, and for some reason, you're holding out. How are you keeping it the same? And in essence, what we're getting to there is same is actually the difference. For a while, things would get worse, but you've managed to keep it from getting worse. That's different. That's change. How are you doing that? The third thing that they could say is, things didn't get worse. Things didn't stay the same. In fact, things did get better. And what we want to do is have an entire conversation around, how did they get better? What did you do? How did you contribute to things getting better? If you continued to see them move in the direction that you've seen them this week, what would let you know, and what signs, right? So all of these things really are descriptions, descriptive conversations about change, about what's been different. This is a difference-focused approach. This is a change-focused approach. So in our subsequent sessions, we want to focus on change and difference. We want to do that with as much detail as we did in the first session around the presence of their desired outcome. We want to also, the last thing I want to say is, each of these kinds of descriptive conversations are really still conversations about the presence of your best hopes. So your best hopes perhaps was to find courage or to find more peace or those kinds of things. Then you come back and you say, what's been better? And they say, I didn't find any more courage or any more peace. In fact, things got worse. Then we say, what are you learning as you're holding out hope that courage or peace could still be a part of your life, right? So we can connect a first session to subsequent sessions, but we're going to do that through a focus on change or difference. So I hope that was helpful to you. Please let me know what you thought. Please let me know what other questions you have. I would love to hear from you.